Have your legs been feeling weaker lately? Like getting up from a chair takes more effort, or maybe walking up just one flight of stairs leaves you shaky, breathless, unsure. You might have told yourself, that's just age. But I've been a doctor for nearly 50 years, and let me tell you the truth, most people never hear. This is not just aging. This is often the first warning sign of something deeper. A silent condition stealing your strength from the inside out. It's called sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss, and it affects nearly 1 out of every 3 people over 60 in the United States. But here's what makes it dangerous. It doesn't scream. It doesn't knock you over all at once. It creeps in, slowly, until one day, you need both hands just to push yourself out of bed. Or worse, you need a walker to cross the room. So if you're over 60 and you've been losing strength without knowing why, don't ignore it. Because today I'm going to show you something unexpected. A group of everyday fruits. Things sitting right there in your fridge or fruit bowl that may quietly be weakening your legs or helping you rebuild them, depending on how you eat them. This might surprise you, but it could save your mobility and your independence. If you've noticed your legs getting weaker in the past 3 months, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, type 0. I'd love to hear from you. And if this message speaks to you, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss another life-saving insight. Let's get started. Number 1, the mistake of choosing bananas over prunes. Let me ask you something straight. When your doctor told you to eat more potassium, did you start eating bananas? You're not alone. Almost every senior patient I've treated thinks bananas are the gold standard for muscle strength. They're convenient, they're sweet, they're easy to chew, and yes, they do contain potassium. But here's the problem. Bananas are not the best fruit for aging muscles. Not even close. In fact, by relying on bananas alone, you might be missing out on one of the most powerful natural weapons we have against age-related muscle loss. That fruit is the humble prune. Now I know what you are thinking. Prunes, aren't those just for digestion? That's what most people believe. But the truth is, prunes are one of the most underrated muscle-supporting fruits available to seniors today. Let me break it down for you. 100 grams of prunes, that's about 5 or 6 pieces, give you more potassium than a medium banana. We're talking over 680 milligrams of potassium from prunes versus 422 from a banana. That's over 60% more. And potassium is not just about avoiding cramps. It is the mineral your muscles need to contract, relax, and move with control. Without enough of it, your legs may feel shaky. You may experience those middle-of-the-night cramps, or that subtle sense of instability when stepping off a curb or walking downstairs. Now here's what they don't put on the label. Prunes are also packed with natural compounds called phenolics. These are antioxidants that directly combat inflammation. And inflammation is one of the silent killers of muscle strength in older adults. It doesn't cause pain at first, but over time, it slows recovery. It makes your muscles stiffer. It chips away at your confidence with every step. And let's not forget vitamin K. Prunes are one of the richest fruit sources of it. Why does that matter? Because vitamin K supports your bone density. And when your bones and muscles are strong together, your balance improves. That means fewer falls, fewer fractures, more freedom. Let me tell you about George. George is 74, a former construction worker from Michigan. He came to see me after falling twice in 3 months. His blood work looked normal. He was eating his bananas. He thought he was doing everything right. But when I asked him what else he was eating, he had no clue that his muscle recovery was being sabotaged by hidden inflammation. I told him to swap his daily banana for 4 soaked prunes each morning. That was 3 months ago. Today, George has not only stopped falling, he's walking faster, he sleeps better, and his legs don't cramp at night like they used to. He even told me, "Doc, I feel like I got my feet back under me." That's what this is about. You're not powerless against sarcopenia. You're just missing the right tools. Prunes are shelf-stable, they are sweet without added sugar, and they are gentle on digestion. Something I know matters when you're over 60 and dealing with gut sensitivity. So if you're reaching for a banana tomorrow morning, pause and consider a better choice. Start with just 3 to 4 prunes. You can eat them whole. Chop them into your oatmeal. Blend them into a morning smoothie. Or soak them overnight in warm water and drink the prune water too. That boosts the absorption and helps with hydration. Another key factor in muscle health. You don't need a supplement. You don't need an expensive superfood. You just need a fruit that's been quietly helping seniors for generations. You just didn't know it yet. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever woken up at night with a cramp in your calf that made you jump? Or had to grip the railing a little tighter when stepping down a stair? That might be your body asking for help. If you've tried bananas but still feel weak, try switching to prunes for 1 week. And let me know how you feel. Comment below with the word prune if you're willing to give it a try. I'll be reading. Your strength starts with one small change. Are you ready? Number 2, skipping the grape seeds and skins. Let me be real with you. Most seniors eat grapes the wrong way. They pop them in their mouth, chew, and spit out the seeds. Some even peel off the skin because it's too tough to chew. But in doing that, they're throwing away the best part. Yes, the best part. Because hidden inside those tiny seeds and skins, especially in red grapes, is one of the most powerful compounds I've ever seen for protecting aging muscles. It's called resveratrol. Now, I'm not here to impress you with fancy science terms, but you need to know what this one does. Resveratrol is a natural plant chemical that helps fight oxidative stress, a silent force that breaks down your muscle tissue from the inside. It's like rust on a car. You don't see it happening until the frame starts to give way. That's what oxidative stress does to your legs. And the older you get, the more vulnerable your muscles become unless you feed them the right defense. Let me tell you a quick story. My patient Ellen, 71 years old from Ohio, had been complaining of cold feet, low energy, and tightness in her calves every time she took a walk. She told me, "Doctor, I just feel heavy, like my legs are tired before I even begin." Her blood work showed nothing alarming, but I looked closer. She was eating grapes, sure, but always seedless, always peeled. I asked her to switch to whole red grapes, skins and seeds included, a handful each day, and within 3 weeks, she called me and said something I'll never forget. "I walked through the grocery store without stopping. I haven't done that in months." Why? Because resveratrol improves blood flow. It helps open up the vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. And when your circulation improves, your legs recover faster. They get stronger, more stable, less sore after movement. And it doesn't stop there. Red grapes also contain flavonoids, which help calm chronic inflammation. The same low-grade inflammation that makes your muscles ache, your joints stiff, and your legs feel like they don't belong to you anymore. Let's look at what the research says. A study published by the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who consumed around 1 cup of red grapes daily, that's about 200 grams, experienced up to a 20% reduction in muscle loss over time. That's a big deal from just one simple, affordable change. And here's something most people don't know. Resveratrol also protects your mitochondria, those little engines inside your cells that produce energy. As we age, those engines start to sputter. Resveratrol helps keep them running, which means more energy for walking, lifting groceries, climbing stairs, or simply keeping up with the grandkids. So let me ask you this. Have you ever had to sit down halfway through a shopping trip because your legs felt too tired? Have you stopped taking walks you used to enjoy? Don't just blame age. Blame poor circulation, oxidative stress, and inflammation. All of which can be addressed with a simple bowl of red grapes. But here's the key. Eat them whole. Skins, seeds, everything. If the texture bothers you, blend them into a smoothie. Freeze them for a crunchy treat. Mix them with Greek yogurt. Whatever works for you. Just don't strip away the part that heals. If you've been avoiding grape seeds until now, try this. Buy 1 bag of seeded red grapes this week. Eat 1 handful a day with seeds and skin, and write in the comments how your legs feel in 10 days. Just type the word grapes if you're in, because sometimes what you've been throwing away is exactly what your muscles have been begging for. You just didn't know it. Number 3, eating enough protein. but not absorbing it. Now this one stings a little because many of you are doing the right thing. You're eating your eggs, your chicken, maybe some beans and a scoop of protein powder, and yet your legs still feel weak. You still lose muscle. You're doing everything they said, but it's not working. Sound familiar? That's because for many older adults, the problem isn't how much protein you're eating, it's whether your body can absorb it. And after 60, your digestive system doesn't work like it used to. I've seen it 1,000 times in my office. Seniors who are eating well, but their lab results show low amino acid absorption. Their body are not converting protein into muscle the way they should. Why? Because as we age, we produce less stomach acid and fewer digestive enzymes. That means even the best foods can pass right through. But there's good news. There's one fruit, not a supplement, not a powder, but a simple golden fruit. That contains a natural enzyme proven to help your body absorb protein more efficiently. It's called the golden kiwi, and its secret weapon is actinidin, a powerful enzyme that breaks down protein in the stomach, making it easier to absorb and turn into strength. Let me give you a real example. James, 68 years old, had been lifting light weights and eating a high-protein diet, yet he still complained of shrinking legs and fatigue. His thighs looked thinner every time I saw him. I added one golden kiwi to his morning routine on an empty stomach right before breakfast. That's it. No new medications, no new supplements, just a golden kiwi once a day. After 6 weeks, James told me, "Doctor, my legs feel tighter, like I finally filled them back out a little." That's the power of absorption. And the golden kiwi doesn't stop there. It's also packed with vitamin C, about 160 milligrams per fruit, which is nearly 180% of what older adults need daily. Vitamin C helps build collagen, the protein that keeps your muscles and joints connected, flexible, and less prone to injury. Think about this. What if your body's problem wasn't what you're eating, but how well are your cells using it? Let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you eat plenty but still feel low on energy? Do your muscles feel soft no matter how much chicken or eggs you eat? You might be absorbing half of what you think. So here's what I tell my patients. Eat one golden kiwi every morning, first thing, before you eat anything else. This wakes up your digestion. It gives your body the enzyme it needs to turn protein into muscle. And it gives you a gentle energy lift without caffeine. Want to make it even better? Pair it with a handful of walnuts and a drizzle of raw honey. Walnuts give you plant-based protein and healthy fat. Honey adds natural anti-inflammatory support. Together, this trio is a quiet powerhouse for rebuilding muscle after 60. You don't need a blender. You don't need a scale. You just need a spoon, a kiwi, in 5 minutes. Now let me ask, have you ever felt like your body just isn't responding like it used to, even when you're doing everything right? Don't blame yourself. Blame the hidden absorption issue no one talks about. Try the golden kiwi for 1 week, just one every morning, on an empty stomach. Then tell me how your legs feel. Comment kiwi below if you're giving it a shot, because it's not always about eating more. It's about using what you already eat better. Number 4, ignoring the circulation-inflammation connection. Let's talk about something most doctors skip. They'll tell you to eat more protein, maybe take vitamin D, maybe walk a little more. But very few will tell you this. If your blood isn't flowing well, your muscles won't grow well. It doesn't matter how much you eat. If your blood vessels are stiff, inflamed, or underperforming, your muscles are being starved of oxygen, nutrients, and recovery support. That's why I want to tell you about a small, surprising vegetable you've probably seen on a Spanish restaurant menu, but never realized how powerful it is. It's called the Padron pepper. Now don't worry, it's not spicy. Padron peppers are small, mild, and slightly sweet. But inside these green little guys is a circulation-enhancing, joint-soothing, muscle-supporting powerhouse. Here's why. 100 grams of Padron peppers, about 5 or 6 peppers, contain over 130% of the daily recommended amount of vitamin C. And vitamin C doesn't just protect you from colds. It helps your body build collagen, the structural protein that keeps your joints connected, your muscles elastic, and your tissues healing properly. Let me pause here and ask, have your joints been feeling stiffer lately? Do your muscles take longer to recover after a walk or a bit of yard work? That's often a collagen problem, not just a muscle problem. Now here's what makes Padron peppers even more valuable. They contain capsaicin, the natural compound that gives chili peppers their kick. But don't worry, Padron peppers have just a trace amount. No burning, no discomfort. What capsaicin does is relax your blood vessels, allowing more blood and oxygen to reach your muscles. Better blood flow equals better recovery, less soreness, less heaviness in your legs, more energy, more stability, more confidence. Let me tell you about my patient, Linda. She's 73, a retired school teacher from Arizona. She started telling me her legs felt stiff every morning. Her ankles ached. She needed to sit and massage them before she could start the day. I told her to try something simple. Saute 5 Padron peppers in extra virgin olive oil, sprinkle in a pinch of turmeric, and eat that 3 times a week with her lunch. 1 month later, she came back glowing. "Doc, I feel like my joints woke up." She wasn't limping. Her steps were lighter. Her face looked more rested. That's the healing power of food when it works with your body, not against it. Let me explain the combo. Olive oil adds healthy monounsaturated fats that help absorb vitamin C. Turmeric contains curcumin, another natural anti-inflammatory that works beautifully alongside capsaicin to reduce joint pain and muscle swelling. No pills, no labs, just a 5-minute dish on a skillet. And here's the best part. It tastes amazing. So I ask you, have you been treating your muscle pain as a mystery while ignoring your circulation? Try this dish just twice a week. Write down how you feel after 10 days. And if you notice improvement, more flexibility, less stiffness, less soreness, come back here and comment the word pepper. Because food is not just fuel. In the right form, it's medicine. And sometimes the best medicine grows quietly in a green pepper that fits in the palm of your hand. Number 5, forgetting nature's secret vitamin C bomb. Arbutus berries. Have you ever walked through a park, seen a tree with red berries, and never given it a second thought? You might have passed up one of nature's best-kept secrets for aging muscles. I'm talking about arbutus berries, also known as madrona berries. They grow wild along the Pacific Northwest, from California to British Columbia, and they are packed with muscle-protecting power. 100 grams, just a small handful, gives you twice as much vitamin C as oranges. That's around 250 milligrams per serving. And yes, your muscles need it, desperately, because without enough vitamin C, your body can't make collagen, and it can't repair micro tears in muscle tissue after activity. The result? Slower recovery, stiff joints, that worn-out feeling after a short walk. But there's more. Arbutus berries are also rich in flavonoids and tannins, compounds that reduce low-grade chronic inflammation. And if you're over 60, you probably have some. Even if you don't feel it, let me ask you, do your legs feel heavier in the morning? Do stairs feel harder than they used to? That could be hidden inflammation, quietly draining your strength. If you can find arbutus berries, fresh or dried, try eating 4 or 5 a day. Simmer them with lemon and honey, add to yogurt, or enjoy them raw. They're not famous, but they're powerful. And for those lucky enough to live where they grow, they might just be your natural, silent ally in the fight against muscle loss. If you've ever seen these berries or tried them, drop the word berry in the comments. You may be one of the few who know their true strength. Number 6, overlooking the golden kiwi, your muscle's morning ally. Here's a quiet truth I wish more seniors knew. You can eat enough protein and still lose muscle. Why? Because after 60, your body doesn't absorb nutrients the way it used to. That's where the golden kiwi steps in. Just one golden kiwi contains about 160 milligrams of vitamin C, nearly 180% of what your body needs each day. But its real magic lies in a natural enzyme called actinidin. Actinidin helps your stomach break down protein, so instead of passing through your system unused, it reaches your muscles. I always tell my patients, it's not about what you eat, it's about what your body absorbs. Let me tell you about Dennis, age 70. He was eating eggs and lean meat, but still felt weak, especially in his thighs. I asked him to add one golden kiwi first thing every morning, before breakfast, on an empty stomach. 3 weeks later, his energy was up. His muscle tone returned. He said, "I didn't change my meals, Doc, but I feel like they finally started working." That's the power of better digestion. And golden kiwi is gentle on the gut, perfect for those with sensitive stomachs or trouble chewing. You can slice it, blend it, or eat it with a spoon. Want to boost the benefits? Pair it with a few walnuts and a drizzle of raw honey. It becomes a perfect trifecta: protein, healthy fat, and inflammation control. If you've never tried this before, start tomorrow morning. Then come back and comment "Kiwi Power" if you feel the difference. Sometimes one fruit at the right time makes all the difference. Number 7, ignoring loquats, the underrated muscle defender. You've probably walked past a loquat tree without realizing what it could do for your body. Small, golden orange, grows in backyards across California and the South. But inside that juicy fruit is something remarkable, a natural compound called ursolic acid. And here's what you need to know. Ursolic acid has been studied for its ability to prevent muscle breakdown and even stimulate new muscle growth. A study published by the American Heart Association found that seniors who consumed around 7 ounces of loquats per day, about 4 to 6 fruits, showed a 30% reduction in sarcopenia risk. That's no small number. Let me ask you something. Have your arms or legs looked thinner lately? Do you feel like your muscles are just melting off little by little? That's muscle catabolism. And loquats are one of the few natural fruits that fight back. They're also high in carotenoids for cell protection and potassium to help reduce leg cramps and maintain fluid balance in muscle tissue. Want to try them? Eat them fresh. Just peel the skin and remove the seeds. Or cook them into a simple loquat compote with cinnamon and lemon. It soothes the gut while supporting muscle repair. You won't find them in every grocery store, but if you spot them at a farmer's market or grow them at home, grab them. And if you have ever eaten loquats or seen them in your neighborhood, type loquat in the comments, because this forgotten fruit might be your most unexpected ally in staying strong after 60. Number 8, forgetting wild blackberries. Your brain muscle link. They might look like just another sweet summer fruit, but wild blackberries carry one of the most powerful combinations for seniors who want to stay strong in body and in mind. What makes them special? Their deep purple color comes from anthocyanins, natural compounds that fight chronic inflammation and oxidative stress at the cellular level. That's the silent kind of damage, the kind that slowly weakens your muscles, the kind that fogs your memory and makes your legs feel like they don't belong to you anymore. But anthocyanins don't just protect your muscles, they protect your brain. And that's the real key, because balance, coordination, and movement all start in the brain. When your brain stays sharp, your body stays steady. Here's what the research says. Just 100 grams of wild blackberries per day, around 10 to 15 berries, may reduce muscle breakdown by up to 25%, according to findings in the Journal of Nutrition. They're also rich in vitamin C and manganese, both essential for tissue repair, energy production, and bone strength. Let me ask, do you ever feel unsteady for no reason? Or forget where you put your keys? And then trip over the rug while walking away? That's your brain and muscles falling out of sync. Blackberries help reconnect them. How to enjoy them? Toss a handful into oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or freeze them and drop them into sparkling water for a refreshing anti-inflammatory drink. For an extra boost, add a spoonful of flaxseed oil, rich in omega-3s, to enhance the brain-muscle healing effect. If you already love blackberries, especially wild ones, comment "berry strong" below. Your legs and your brain will thank you. So now you've seen the truth. Muscle loss isn't just aging, it's a daily battle of small habits. And the fruits in your kitchen could be either your enemy or your quiet support system. Not because they're exotic, not because they're trendy, but because your body is aging, it needs help in smarter ways than before. From prunes that restore potassium, to red grapes that unlock better blood flow, to golden kiwi that helps your muscles use what you feed them. Every fruit we talked about today is a door, a chance to rebuild what time tried to take from you. Let me tell you what I tell every patient who comes into my office, eyes full of frustration and legs full of fatigue. You don't need to fix everything overnight. Just change one thing and do it every day. Because that's how muscle loss works. Quiet, steady, and that's exactly how you fight it. Now I want to ask you this. Which one will you start with? The kiwi at sunrise? The handful of grapes with lunch? Or maybe the prune before your morning walk? Drop it in the comments right now. Let me know the first change you're ready to make. And if this video opened your eyes even a little, please share it with one friend over 60. It might be the thing that helps them stand taller tomorrow. And before you go, if you think these fruits were surprising, wait until you see the 6 fruits that seem healthy but could quietly be sabotaging your strength. I'm not talking about candy or soda. I mean fruits that are in millions of American kitchens right now. Tap on the next video. Shocking truth about 6 common fruits. And find out what you need to stop doing immediately to protect your legs, your heart, and your future. Because your health isn't just a number, it's your life, and you deserve to live it strong. I'll see you there.